Okay folks, welcome back to the Long Dark. Yes, we've returned to the wilderness and we are here in Camp Office. At the end of the last video I left you up in the lookout and I've come back down to Camp Office as I said I was going to do, and I've done just a bit of tidying up really. I've put stuff where it should be, all the tools I was carrying have gone over there, a few bits of ammunition have gone over there, and we've just kind of tidied up a little bit. But yeah, we're going to do a few more housekeeping things, but they're things that I haven't done so far in this playthrough, so I am going to make a start with them. Now I've already got a sewing kit. One thing I've noticed, a couple of my bits of clothing are not in great condition, as you can see, and that is going to affect us. At this point this is all we got, so we've got to work with it. It's going to give us a slightly better warmth bonus if I can increase the condition of these two, and I do have in here some cloth. So I'm going to grab all of that, and we're just going to repair our clothing. So pretty straightforward. I'm only doing it because I haven't shown you so far in this playthrough how to do it, but if you played the game before, it's all pretty straightforward.
I'm going to need to eat soon.
Do a couple of repairs on that. So that gets up to 93%, it's good enough for me, and then we're going to do the same thing on this. Obviously we are getting thirsty, we are getting hungry, but that's not a problem because we'll recover that condition overnight. That's 70%. I am good with that. Okay, so that's improved the condition of our clothing a little bit. I might actually just do a repair on these jeans, just to, they're an outer layer, so might benefit a little bit from that. There we are, now run out of cloth. So that's going to improve our warmth bonus ever so slightly. So yeah, not too bad. We're up above freezing, which is what we want. We've still not got a brilliant set of clothing now. That's the only slight thing. Oh yes, we used all of that, didn't we? So we don't need to carry anymore. I pretty much got rid of everything that I was carrying that I don't need to carry. So I need to kind of decide what to do next. And I'm starting to think maybe the logging camp is probably a good place to go. It is starting to come up to dark, but I am wondering whether I can just about get there before we get to darkness, just so that we can keep things moving a little bit. So I'm going to drink. Let's get ourselves up to good health. How much water have I actually got in my inventory? 2 litres. That's okay actually. I'm good with that. I'll go with that. That's fine. Now obviously before I head out normally I would just do a little fire and warm something up, eat something hot, but I just want to get cracking really. So I'm going to head to Long Camp. It's not that far away, so hopefully we can make it without too many problems. Ironically, we've kind of got to go back past where we... probably helps if you come out through the exit rather than trying to walk through the fence. We've got to go back past where we came down from the lookout. Lookout's up there. But the conditions are actually pretty good. We're not too cold, so we should be alright. One thing that I really want to try and do is increase my clothing. We haven't really found much clothing in this playthrough so far. We've been to a lot of the locations. We've obviously been to Camp Office, we've been around the lake, all the fishing huts, all the lake cabins, we've been to Trapper's Cabin, we've been to the lookout, so we've been to a lot of the key locations, but we've not really found much in the way of clothing. We've not found much in the way of harvestable hides or anything like that either, so we haven't really got the means to make better clothing. So I'm hoping that we'll find a few things in the logging camp, and we might also find some stuff in the down. And then that's pretty much going to be it. That's going to be most of the key locations that we've then been to on Mystery Lake. So I'm really hoping that somewhere I find a rifle. The dam obviously is pretty expansive. There's quite a lot in the dam, so hopefully we'll find some good stuff in there. But then we've got to transport it back to Camp Office. But I'm kind of saving the dam to the end, kind of leaving that to last. Okay, there's a wolf. Just trying to make it to the derailed train car. If I can get in there, we're safe in there, but obviously it's not a very warm place to be. So we can't stay in here for too long, but at least it keeps us away from that wolf. I don't actually think it was the wolf we saw that's clocked me. I think it was a different wolf. Okay, we have a dead dude. So let's see what we've got here. Awesome. Oh, they're better than what I'm wearing. We'll do a swap in a second. Okay, a bit more clothing. That's good. Okay, nothing in the backpack and nothing else in the car. Let's just do a little bit of a swap around then. So I'm going to get rid of the t-shirt and put on... Oh, really? Really? Okay, the t-shirt is better than the plaid shirt. That doesn't make any sense. It's probably because of the condition. Okay, well we won't swap them then. But I suspect... No, really? Oh, again, it's because of the condition. The boots are not as good because of the condition that they are in. They're at 34%. They're not in great shape. So they're not as good as these just bog standard shoes. So we may have to... We'll stick with the shoes for now. Because I'm going to have to break them down to repair the boots. But I don't want to do that with them out here in case the repair fails. And then I'm in trouble. Okay, so I need to get past this wolf. Which could prove to be a little bit of a challenge because I don't know where it is. Oh, it's right in my path. In fact, that's not the wolf. You can see footprints there from the wolf that's actually stalking me, which is a different wolf entirely. Okay, well, that wolf has run off. Don't know why. I certainly didn't scare it. But I have a wolf right in my path. That's where I need to go. I'm just trying to... So I don't want to confront the wolves if I can avoid it at this point in the game. I've got a complicated situation because the one that was chasing me has run the way I would have gone to avoid this one. So this wolf is going to clock us. There's no way it's not going to. So my plan, as soon as it does, is to brave Sir Robin and hope we can outrun it. Come on. We're not running as fast as I would like us to be honest. Kind of hoping we'd be moving a bit quicker than this. Let's just keep running. Hopefully we'll outpace it. Nope, we have not outpaced it. I can still hear it. I'm going to keep moving. Hello, Wolfie. Now this is the stalking behaviour of the wolves. They will tend to trail behind you. They won't tend to come and directly attack you unless they kind of are in front of you or come at you from the side. If they are following you, they'll just keep following you. If you stop, they'll catch you up. If you keep moving, you're fine. As a general rule. If you do a bit of sprinting, you can actually outrun them. I'm just going to keep moving. As long as I don't get to a point where I get stuck, we're okay. Obviously, I am on a slope where we are at risk. I've kind of gone the wrong way a little bit here. I've got myself in a little bit of a problem. Oh, blimey. I really have got myself in a bit of a problem here. Oh, heck. Oh, heck. Okay, I've really got myself in trouble here because I don't think I'm going to be able to go up. Oh, I can go up. It's probably not a wise thing to do though because I'm walking straight into that wolf. I'm literally going to walk straight into it now. There it is, it's chasing me. Hopefully we got away from it. Still here growling. I'm being a little bit quiet and a little bit cagey. Yes it is, it's still chasing me. Hopefully it will go into stalk mode. Please go into stalk mode. You're not going into stalk mode. Let's get this thing lit. It's catching me up. I don't think I'm going to get to a door. We got to a door. Flipping it, that was close. Woo! Okay, so that was all a bit close, but we made it. Okay, so the only downside is I've wasted a flare. I'm realistically gonna have to stay in here for a little bit until that wolf goes away. I'll try and get across to the other. What's it? It's gonna go straight for me. Ooh, yeah, that's good. Give me that with some reclaimed words. Not very much else. I'm going to be honest, you don't often get very much in these trailers, to be honest with you. Okay, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to get rid of the flare, and I'm going to sleep for an hour. And what that will do, hopefully, that will move time on enough. That will move time on enough that I can get outside and get across to the other trailer without the wolf still being around. That's my tactic.
I could eat anything.
Okay, obviously there's 3 trailers here. So let's see if we can now bounce through the other 2 trailers. And then we'll set up camp in one of these trailers. Okay, I've got a storm lantern, haven't I? I've got a storm lantern. Let's get this lit. Go and let's have a look at the book. These we can break down with a knife. We can break them down into cloth. Oh, another storm lantern. Okay, I'm getting plenty of those. I'm going to go short of storm lanterns. Coffee, that's something that I really did want because that gives you an energy boost. So that's what you want first thing in the morning when you're about to go on a... Oh, I didn't even see that dude up here.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
Okay, another 2. Well, that's probably going to come in handy because I can actually put 2 hats on. So I'm going to put my 2 hats on. And they do offer a bit of a bonus. Let's just do a quick swap. I think that's my best combination there. Obviously that plaid shirt, which is that's good. Okay, so that gives us another bit of a warmth boost. Let's see if we can get over to the 3rd trailer without encountering a wolf. Getting a bit misty. Okay, so we're in the 3rd trailer. You get the idea of what we're doing. So we've got a granola bar. We've got a sweatshirt. That might be slightly better than that t-shirt. I would hope so anyway. Balaclava. I don't like wearing these because I feel like I'm going to rob a bank. I don't tend to wear them. Another book. Oops. And a bandage. I'll have that. You don't get brilliant pickings at the logging camp, I have to be honest, but there's a few things here that have been used as a spare can opener, which is always good. So a quick check underneath all the beds, make sure we've not missed anything. Okay, right, I think what I'm going to do then, let's sleep through to the following morning in here, and then we'll decide what to do next. And I'm toying with different ideas at the minute, but we'll have a think about it when we've slept through the night. Okay, so welcome back to the early morning in the logging hut. I'm trying to think about what to do next. I am seriously considering heading to the dam. Simply because I'm a bit short of food. And I think that's going to be my best shot of finding stuff. Obviously, if I have the rifle and stuff like that, I can hunt, which will hopefully solve my food problem. I do have a snare. I'd forgotten about that. I have actually got a snare I can put out for some rabbits, but camp office isn't always the best place to put those. You don't tend to get rabbits around there. Okay, that heads up towards the lookout. This heads down back towards the dam. It's very early morning, as you can see. I haven't lit any fires while I've been out here. So I am going to head towards the dam, I think. Because the other choice is to head towards the old original forestry lookout, which we know is derelict. There's no shelter really up there. And we're not in the best place clothing-wise to keep ourselves protected. There's a wolf. Stay behind the tree line, try and stay well away from the wolf. Still your best strategy, particularly this early on in the game. Avoid wolf confrontations wherever possible. It's far easier to avoid them. A bit later on in the game, you stand a better chance of being able to fight them, but right now it's a little bit too much of a challenge to do that. You're going to have to just try and avoid. We've got the hatchet, so we have got some weaponry against them, but it's not as good as once we've got ourselves some nice clothing, which will give us better protection. Okay, so I'm going to go straight across here, again hopefully avoiding any wildlife. Train loading area. I'm not going to go over to the train carriage because there's nothing ever in it. Now again, I would love to harvest that deer for its hide, but I'm not sure it's a great plan at the moment, given that we're getting very, very cold and it's right bang in the middle of a wolf area, so I'll have a think about that later. But right now I'm not going to. Hopefully that one won't degrade out of the game. If it does, it doesn't matter, because we're going to hopefully do some hunting at some point.
I will die if I don't get food soon.
No, you're fine, don't worry. We have food. We can eat one of... In fact, let's eat that, because that's quite low. It's kind of borderline. Okay, so... obviously things at the dam are a little bit more extensive now than they used to be, because you've got this outdoor area as well, which you never used to have. Let's grab a cattail as we're walking through them. Suddenly realised I'm walking through a food source here, so I might as well grab them. You've got this outside area now with these trailers. Now, what we're going to find in them in survival mode, I don't know. If we're lucky, we might find a few things. Keep heading up towards here. I'll tell you what, something about my new house, which when you're playing the Long Dark with headphones on, is kind of freaky. With it being it's kind of a mid terrace. It's a mews house they call it. It's a block of 3 with ours is the middle of the 2. You really do hear a lot of bumping and people walking upstairs and what have you in the other 2 houses either side, and it's muffled. And when you've got headphones on, it's even more muffled, and you keep thinking it's something creeping up behind you in game, and it really does make me jump every time it does it. I'm also waiting for a delivery as well, so I keep listening out for the door knocking. Okay, so we've just about got inside, as we got a hypothermia risk there, so hopefully...
Too cold.
There we go. That's healed nice and quick. Let's see, once we get inside the dam. Now, there is, of course, the ever-present, not quite sure about situation, which is Fluffy. I don't believe Fluffy is active in the dam anymore. For anyone who's never heard of Fluffy, Fluffy is the community nickname for a very large wolf which used to occupy the dam, and there was always a kind of in various different levels of the game a percentage chance of Fluffy being inside the dam. At Stalker level, there was a 100% chance that Fluffy was going to be in there. So whenever you went in the dam, you knew you were going to have to tackle Fluffy. And Fluffy would race at you in the dark and take you out when you tried to go down into the turbine hall. But I have a feeling that Fluffy has actually been removed from the dam and is no longer in there. Or is just a dead wolf that you find inside the dam. But I'm a little bit concerned because I just don't know. How have I got a spray? Oh, it's because I'm encumbered, that's why. Okay, I'm going to leave the tools behind then. Oh, I haven't got my pry bar with me.
I wonder if the owner's around.
It's just, I don't think there's anything I can really drop at this point. Obviously, we'll eat and drink our way out of some of our overweight situation, but I don't really want to drop anything that I'm carrying at the moment. I have got a fair bit of clothing though. We'll sort this all out when we get inside the dam, I think. Because I am pretty sure, as I say, Fluffy is no longer active inside the dam. So as soon as we go in, we should be pretty safe. There's also extra rooms inside the dam that haven't previously been there. So hopefully we can get inside the dam obviously in Wintermute story mode you need to have a key to get in here, but in survival mode you don't. You can just open the gate. And of course I always close the gate after me. So I always work on the assumption that wolves will be able to find their way through that gate if you leave it open. I could be wrong. Could be that they don't, but I always want to make sure. Okay, so we do have a deer here that we can harvest a hide from, but obviously I am at hypothermia risk right now, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go inside, and we'll come and get that one once we've warmed ourselves up a bit. But that is a hide that we want to definitely come and get. So we are at the dam. We really are rattling through the locations in this playthrough. I tell you what, I'm not hanging about. Okay, so we are here in the Hydra Dam. We're in the upper dam. Obviously, since Wintermute came along, the dam... I'm going to leave those. The dam has been extensively changed. I'm tempted to come and explore this bit afterwards. Now, Fluffy, you used to encounter down that there staircase in the turbine hall. I used to use this room as my base. But I'm actually inclined to go and use, because we're pretty warm in here. Turbine Hall is a lot more dangerous than it used to be. Is that live wire? There was a live wire in Wintermute. I'm just curious if that's still... I think it only comes alive obviously when the aura is active.
This stuff will come in handy.
I think I'm going to see if I can get up to the... gloves. I think I'm going to see if I can get up into the office upstairs, where I think we're going to be a little bit safer. I don't think Fluffy's active anymore, but
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
I'm still going to be a little bit cautious just in case. And I think I'm going to use this little office in here as my... Oh, that's shit. I'm going to use this little office here as my base while I'm in the dam. And it's a little bit out of the way, but it's secure. I can shut the door, and I know I'm safe in here. So, let us drop some stuff and things. Well, first of all, let's go through all the drawers. I think I'm going to store various things in these drawers while I'm here. I'm not going to sort through them. I think I'm literally just going to dump things in the drawers just so that I can just be nice and light when I'm going around the rest of the dam, and then we'll make a decision about what I'm going to carry back to camp office. We might have to make a couple of trips.
This will come in handy.
We might have to make a couple of trips to get everything back to camp office that we find in the dam. I'm very much hoping we're going to find some good stuff a bit deeper inside the dam. We're finding a reasonable amount of stuff here, to be fair. We're well encumbered, but hopefully we should be okay since we're not going very far. How big are these lockers? How much do they hold? 30 kilos. I might actually put the stuff in the lockers, because they hold a bit more weight than the drawers do. So I can drop all sorts of things into them. Let's just go through the filing cabinets.
Nobody needs this anymore.
Soda, so we're doing okay for soda and food now, so we should be okay while we're here at least. Look. Obviously I can't light a fire in here, but technically I don't really need to, apart from to get water. And we can worry about that later. So, let's just do a little bit of tidying up then, with things that we're carrying around that we don't necessarily need to. So I'm just going to drop some cloth and some bandages. I don't need to be carrying around 3 of those, and inside here I don't really need to be carrying any charcoal. I don't need to be carrying my books or that cleaning kit. Don't need to be carrying quite so many of those. I will keep 1 sewing kit. Don't need that. Don't need my book. Don't need my book. Don't need my book. Don't need 2 storm lanterns. And I don't need a snare. I'm going to lay that in here. Food wise, I'm going to stick with everything that I've got. Clothing. Looks like I'm wearing the best. Get rid of that plaid shirt. I need to repair those boots before they're any use to me.
So hungry.
Let's going to hang on to all of that until we've checked which is the best. Drop those painkillers, I think, and those antibiotics. That antiseptic. So I'm not a million miles away if I find I do need to come and get stuff. Let's get rid of all this newsprint, all these stacks of papers, and all these books. It's a lot of extra weight that we're carrying around that we don't need to be carrying. And all these tinder plugs as well. We will keep just one book, I think, just so we have something to start a fire with. But other than that, we'll get rid of everything. Cool. So that helps us out a little bit. So let's just sort our clothing out. Yeah. Let's get our clothing sorted. I can pop on an extra layer, which is good. Let's just check which of all these various... They are the best of what I have. So pop those on. I suspect, yeah, they're going to be a bit better. Okay, so that's probably our best clothing loadout. Obviously, different players have different clothing loadouts that they prefer. I prefer warmth over speed, so I tend to go for the warmest layers, which are normally the heaviest, rather than going for lightweight stuff that lets me move quicker. Okay, so we are in the dam. We've pretty much hit the end of this video. So we have made it all the way to the dam. We are rattling through. I have to be honest, we are rattling through. So we're in the dam. We've started. What we're going to do, I think, in the next video, we're going to systematically make our way through the dam. We're going to sort of start clearing all the rooms, gathering things, bringing them back here. And we're going to explore a bit lower in the dam. And we're going to see what we find. But right now, as always, thank you so much for joining me. Please remember to hit the like button and the subscribe button if you want to see more of these videos and other videos in my other playthrough series I have going on. You'll see on the screen at the end of the video the two playlists for The Long Dark, this and Wintermute that we have going on at the moment. So please remember to check those out as well. But as always, thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you again very, very soon.